I've always wanted to do this!
I said, here again, you're mine.
Hello and welcome to CNN's News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and this week we can officially say that the U.S. election madness is over. So to celebrate our return to normalcy, I thought we'd start things off with a triumphant bang. And I mean that quite literally.
I don't know of anywhere in Iowa that has an air-compressed pumpkin cannon.
Okay, so maybe this would have been better for the Halloween episode, but I really don't care because I'm a guy and this thing launches pumpkins. And if you were out picking in the patches in the small town of Adel, Iowa, you may have seen this smashing creation by Carrie Knight.
You always have moms and kids coming out, and the dads, of course, are just, kind of moping around. I don't really want to be here. Yeah, cannon dads basically is what it's all about.
The cannon is attached to a 200-gallon steel tank, awesome, and can launch pumpkins up to a quarter mile with a hang time of 10 to 12 seconds.
Anything 6 to 8 inches would work fine.
I'm not trying to suggest anything, but I'm guessing that a 6 to 8 inch pumpkin probably weighs about the same as your cat. Now, speaking of cannons, hearing that thunderous boom always takes me back to when I was just a little boy, sitting on a grassy hillside, watching the American Civil War. I'm 150 years old, I bet you didn't know that. Well, for some people, it's not enough just to think about the Civil War. They have to reenact it. But sometimes reenacting can be dangerous.
I'm the first one reenacting that's ever earned a Purple Heart.
That's right, Tom Lord, Civil War reenactor, got shot.
I love reenacting. I love reenacting.
Fortunately, the small metal ball that blasted through his shoulder wasn't life-threatening. Unfortunately, paramedics treated Lord's injury by making him drink whiskey and bite on a stick. But what really happened out there on the battlefield?
We had just driven the Confederates out of the trench. Under direction, we raised our hats and hurrah, hurrah, hurrah.
And then he got popped.
The safeguards that go on with regular reenacting were not followed yet.
For instance, an experienced reenactor knows to always hold his weapon at a 45-degree angle. And a lobotomized monkey knows not to use real bullets. Finally, we end with a brave woman in New Albany, Indiana, who always dreamed of reenacting her favorite samurai moves. But she never thought that she'd have to use them in real life.
Just watching Last Samurai over and over and over and over and over and over in slow motion. You can learn a lot.
58-year-old Diana Givens isn't a woman to be messed with.
This is what I use to fend off anybody who might come at me.
But when it was her neighbor who was being attacked, beaten by her boyfriend, Diana used her sword for justice.
I said, here again, you're mine.
It was my mother, a 58-year-old woman that come out and kicked butt.
At the sight of the sword, the man ran off, but 90 minutes later, he was back, this time looking for Diana.
I hear the back door open, and I'm like, what in the world? My mom's screaming, call 911, and she's got that samurai sword.
While Diana held off the attacker, police arrived and arrested the man, charging him with domestic battery, intimidation, and residential entry.
I mean, what can you say to that? She's 58 years old, she went after him twice.
Well, that's all for this edition of News of the Absurd. I'm Jarrett Bellini, and big ups to all my fellow samurais.